computer's not working. I don't know why, but...
Oh, okay. Okay, well, if it says you're in there and... Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see you. Okay, cool. All right. Well, okay, welcome to our Mecha Week tiebreaker event. And Maddie, thank you for the sub. Welcome to our Mecha Week tiebreaker event. We are going to be focusing on primarily the mecha that we featured in this event, that there will be a lot of other guest stars as well. So during this event, this is going to be an actually styled competition. So each of you will have a moment to correct me as I begin reading off these infactual statements, these incorrect statements. So as I read these statements, the only real rules of this competition are: one, that your statement, your correction must be prefaced by the phrase actually, and secondly, you may interrupt me at any point in time by pushing that buzzer button. Johnny Keela, I loved it. I have many ideas spawning in my brain, but I will get to you on that later. We're going to do an art show next week. So with that said, we are going to get started and head to our first question. So let's go. So in Armored Core 6, the powerful substance called coral is discovered on the planet of Rubicon 3. Coral has many uses. It can be refined into a coffee-like beverage called Core 3, introduced to the human body as an addictive drug, or used as an extremely potent power supply, and sparks a galaxy-wide conflict which takes place before the events of the game. Okay. Let's see, we had... okay, so Bees, you were the first one in.
I did not mean to buzz. That was me testing my buzzer. Okay. I have no idea. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. We'll go ahead and go then to our to the person who got in next, which was Big Matty Crits.
Actually, it cannot be used as a drug.
That is not correct. Okay, Maddie.
Actually, it cannot be used as coffee.
Okay, that is our statement here. So factually, there is no mention of coral being used as a coffee-like beverage. While it is used as a drug, a food, and its energy source, Core 3 doesn't exist. And so that is 1 point for Maddie. Whoa!
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Okay.
Keep it this way. I like it like this.
You like it like this one?
We all get a point.
Yay, we're all winning!
I love that for everyone.
Honestly, this is the best way to do it. We just all get points every time, and we all win at the end.
What?
Actually, there is no
Earth?
tiebreaker. We just all win.
Why did it do that?
Actually, Joel is too much about building everyone up to actually have a loser.
Actually, the real big robots were the friends we made along the way.
Bradley Rose, you are exactly right. What I was talking about, I literally pasted all of these wrong. Okay, so we should be able to copy this and then paste that. Okay, and let's just experiment here for a second. Change that to 2. Okay. All right.
Science.
Science is beautiful. Okay.
All right, you could just leave that 2 there. It's cool. Oh, dang.
Okay. Thank you for the first time chat, Kiyoshi. Welcome to class. I'm Epoch. I'm a 4th grade teacher and enthusiasm enthusiast. Today we are getting all excited about giant robots. Nope. Okay. We're going to have to be a little bit more specific about this. And then now, huzzah! There we go. Okay. All right. I appreciate you guys.
Hooray!
All right, we got it. We got it working. We got it right. All right. Okay. Next question.
Don't forget to reset the buzzer.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So Polyphony Digital, the studio behind Omega Boost, only developed driving games before their Mecha debut. After its release, however, the studio shifted to developing arcade shooters. Okay, Prince Paladin.
Actually, they developed another game before all the driving games.
That is not accurate. Not
Dang it.
correct. Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, they never did driving games.
Also incorrect. Bradley.
Actually, they continue to develop driving games after also developing.
That is good enough. They did continue to develop driving games. Polyphony Digital has only made Gran Turismo games. That is all they've made ever, aside from Omega Boost.
Amazing.
I should have known that. I used to play so much. Gran
Also,
Turismo.
accidentally buzzed.
All right, fantastic. All right, good job, everybody. All right, next up, Gun X Sword protagonist Vaughn is intentionally designed to resemble Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. This includes, but is not limited to, his lanky physique, preference for black clothing, and tendency to douse all food in cope. All right, Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, he's a thick boy. He's not skinny at all.
He is a skinny boy, for sure.
Damn.
Maddie.
Actually, he is not designed after Spike Spiegel.
He is. He was inspired by Spike Spiegel. Ghosty.
Actually, he does not have a preference for black clothing.
He does. He does. They both dress completely in black. Prince Paladin.
Actually, Spike Spiegel doesn't douse his food in copious sauces and condiments because they can't afford it.
That is true. That is true. So Spike and Van do have many similarities. Spike does not douse his food in condiments. I love the detail there of they made chorus traffic. Thank you for that. Thank you for the correction.
I remember that every time they eat like veggies or peppers and beef, it's actually just just peppers.
Yeah. So they're always scraping by, in kind of a similar way. Vaughn douses all of his food in condiments, and he usually goes and he'll order something, and then ask for everyone's every condiment they have, so that way he can get as much food as possible. Because he's poor as well.
So they went, you know what? This just picks one kind of not having money.
Yeah.
Let's go the absolute other way.
Yeah, Kuyashi, thank you for that. Let me. Here, we gotta give a. I'm gonna make you a VIP, Kuyashi. Please, appreciate you.
Yeah, that's a point for Kiyoshi.
I want to make it clear he is not forced to live here. He does it of his own volition.
Just of his own free will. All right, next question. Many mecha have the ability to transform, and Bravern is no exception. Bravern has multiple transformation forms: the aircraft fighter Brave Thunder, the submarine mode called Brave Tide, and the spacefaring vessel Brave Climb. Oh. Maddie.
Actually, there is no submarine mode.
Okay, that is correct. There is no submarine mode or spacefaring mode. The aircraft Brave Thunder is the only form that he has aside from his standard form.
I'm offended. A robot this gay should have a naval form.
No.
So true.
I'm not.
Oh.
No,
I am not
it needs to be cylindrical. It needs to be full of Navy officers, also known as seamen,
Okay, buzzers. Buzzers.
Hey, now
are set.
this is a family-friendly show.
We're
I'm using the nautical term.
All right, author Xiran J. Zhao's book concept for Iron Widow came about from spite and dissatisfaction they felt at the direction from Neon Genesis Evangelion took. That is Maddie.
I really should have waited for you. Oh shit, I buzzed. I should have waited for you to finish the thing. But actually, this is a true statement and there's nothing wrong with it.
No, there is something false hiding here. Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, the author loved Neon Genesis, and that was his inspiration.
You're in the right area, but not quite. Ghosty.
Unless anyone does better.
It doesn't have anything to do with Neon Genesis Evangelion. I thought,
Okay.
does it have roots in like Chinese mythology and like China's
Okay.
political state, like a modern political state?
So you are correct in some ways, yes. You are correct in the fact that yes, it did not have anything to do with Neon Genesis Evangelion. And then yes, she also did take some heavy emphasis and inspirations from certain current events and historical events in China. And this is kind of what kind of spurred her on to create the book. I'm going to go ahead and give you the point, unless somebody can tell me exactly what it was. It was not Neon Genesis that I'm looking for, but what exactly it was. Okay. We're gonna... Oh. Prince Paladin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was pressing my escape key, not my actual.
Okay.
push to
You're
talk to
good.
you.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get
Actually, I have to throw something out there just to try to
okay.
get a point. Actually, it was Romance of the 3/10 Kingdoms. I don't remember the number.
Nope. No, it was actually Darling in the Franxx. She
That
really,
makes sense.
they really followed Darling in the Franxx, but after the first 13 episodes, they were very upset with the direction that the series took and that the films took. They had no sway as far as Neon Genesis has spoken in, at least. All right. Okay, we're reset. All right. Titanfall is a larger franchise than one might think. The first game in 2014 was followed up by Titanfall 2 in 2016. In 2017, Titanfall Assault was released as a mobile real-time strategy game. And in 2019, the next spin-off entry, Apex Legends, hit store shelves. There was also several other... Yes, Maddie?
Actually, Apex Legends is not a Titanfall universe.
They both take place in the same universe.
I don't play that game.
Prince of Paladin.
Actually, Apex Legends came out before Titanfall.
It did not. Apex Legends did not come out before Titanfall. Buzzers are open.
Oh, I buzzed it.
Ghosty.
Actually, there was no mobile collectible card game.
So they did have a it was never completed. But that one was an actual game.
Buzz.
There you go. Yeah, Big Bad Crits.
Actually, Apex Legends came out before 2019.
No. We're open. Prince Paladin.
Actually, Titanfall Legends is like an alternative name for Titanfall 3, which was not an online game developed by Nexon. It's like a core game, and that was the production name they used for it or whatever, and that was canceled.
You're extremely close.
Son of a bitch!
Maddie.
Titanfall Legends wasn't being developed by Nexon.
Oh, actually. So, okay, so I'm actually going to do something a little weird because I have two things here. So I think I'm going to actually give both Maddie and Prince of Paladin a point here.
Yay, friendship.
So here because I kind of was not very clear with this. So Titanfall Legends was
Actually,
what, Big Maddie? Go ahead. What?
Actually wasn't developed by Nexon.
Oh snap!
I absolutely hate myself right now.
Oh snap!
Oh, got him! Oh,
Okay.
I got him.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go play in my sad corner now.
Titanfall Online was the game developed by Nexon that was canceled. There was also a Titanfall Legends game that was going to be a follow-up to Titanfall 2 that was a Titanfall and Apex Legends crossover single-player game that was canceled. Okay, so Maddie snipes that, or Big Maddie Crit snipes that point from Maddie Matters, and Prince Paladin will get a point as well.
Good game. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you, Bradley.
That was absolutely from Bradley.
Oh, I absolutely
it in
figured.
chat.
I saw it, and you can see like 437 milliseconds after you.
Okay, excellent.
Exciting.
Okay, all right. Okay, next question then. Oh, I need my buzzer yet. The concept of the drift is central to the plotline and world building of Pacific Rim due to the complex nature of the machinery. Prince of Paladin.
Actually, multiple Jaegers are operated with only one pilot.
Okay, right. Okay, there you go. That's it. That Jaegers can be piloted by one pilot. It is just usually leading to severe death, injury, or only done in dire circumstances. Okay. All right. Amuro Ray, main character of the Mobile Suit Gundam series, has confusing national origins depending on which version of the story you are watching. In the original anime, he is Japanese, while in the Origins anime and manga, Amuro is Mexican. Prince Paladin.
Actually, he's from a space colony, so he's not Japanese or Mexican or American?
No, he was not born on the space colony. So he does actually have a specific nationality. Maddie.
Actually, he is just Japanese. His origin doesn't change.
It is very different in each of these three adaptations.
I thought I'd give it a shot.
Oh, was that Big Maddie Crits? I clicked it really quickly. I think that was it. Okay.
Yes, it was me. Actually, in the movies, he is Japanese.
It is not. He's not Japanese in the films. Unless somebody can give me that is where the issue lies. Unless somebody can give me something more precise. Maddie.
Can you repeat what you just said? He's not actually.
So
sorry.
Actually, is he Canadian?
Oh, bees, yes, that is correct.
Oh, you got it. That was a complete
Yeah.
joke because I'm in Canada right now.
No, yeah, that is correct. In the original anime, he's Japanese. In the anime and manga adaptations, in the Origins anime manga, he's depicted as Mexican, having Mexican parentage. And then in the summary movies that were released later, he's Canadian.
I 100% did not expect to get any points.
I was gonna say he was played by a Labrador.
Good job, Bees.
Sorry,
Good job.
Actually, he was gay.
Amuro is so weird, and I want to say that he's closeted.
Bi erasure. Amuro is bi.
Actually, the real ethnicity is his friends along the way.
This is friends along
Which
the way.
he
There you go.
loves all of them. He is bi.
All right, yeah, so the movie somebody's going to say that Amro is Canadian. All right, so here we are with our first shiny question, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you are not super familiar with Dropout, which I think all of you are, shiny questions are just like shiny Pokemon. They are worth the same amount of points. They are just a little more different and a little rarer. I am uploading right now a picture to you in our Discord. I will in just a second. So this game will be called a model pilot. So you're going to match each pilot to their model kit. They are letter and number coded, so you kind of just have to give me some combinations. You will have 2 minutes. At the end of the 2 minutes, I will tell you all when we're done, and then we will one at a time kind of reveal what we've got. And then I will tell you guys how correct or incorrect each of you are. Make sense?
Where's the picture?
Okay, so we edit this then.
You don't have to edit anything. You just have to make note somehow of what combinations you think are accurate.
I'm going to send you a direct message
Got
with
you,
my
got
answer,
you.
so I have my record.
So your answer will be something like A, 3, B, 5, something along those lines. And you,
I need something to write with.
So
Getting paper.
I just sent it in Discord. And we're going to put 2 minutes on now.
God.
A hush has taken the stream.
We're locked in.
Yep. You have 1 minute remaining.
Thank you.
This is why I'm actually really has a tactic for banter during the shiny bonus questions.
This is why they cut through.
I sent a DM to Epoch just to have it at a place like that idea he shared.
Thank you.
I did that as
Do we buzz for this one?
20 seconds remaining.
We'll be called upon by Epoch, I believe, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and you guys can tell me what your combinations are.
I see. This is why my teachers hated me. I don't listen to instructions.
All right. Time's up. All right, so Big Mighty Crits.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me who?
A2,
Okay.
B3,
Okay.
C5,
Okay.
D4, and E1.
Okay.
And I can tell you why if you want.
For sure, yeah.
As soon as I get the chat back up, hold on. Let me see here. Okay, so I put A on 2 because the vibes look right.
Okay.
Is that from Neon? Is that Evangelion?
No.
By chance? No. Okay, fully wrong. Fully wrong. C5 because they look similar.
Okay.
E1 because he looks depressing and the robot does too.
Sure, that makes sense. I hear you.
D4 because both super fierce, super cool, and then B3
Okay.
because he looks angelic and so does the robot.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Bradley Rose.
E is out here just catching strays.
Completely
Where
correct,
was
right?
the lie?
Yeah, a lot of this was vibing for me too. Okay, so I got A5,
Okay.
B3,
Okay.
C4,
Okay.
D2,
Okay.
E1.
Okay. Cool. Just vibes.
Yeah, I was doing the kind of trying to color match and stuff.
Okay. All right. Ghosty.
Yeah, I was definitely also going for like character design / vibes. I said A4, B3, C5, D2, E1.
Okay. All right. And B's.
100% guesses. B1, D2, A3, E4, C5.
Okay. Read that back to me one more time.
B1, Bravo 1.
Okay.
Delta 2, Alpha 3, Echo 4, Charlie 5.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Maddie.
All right, so I've got A for 5.
Okay.
Because I think that's correct. B3.
Okay.
C is on 2.
Okay.
I did not write these down in order. That's paying. I'm hating this. D1.
Okay.
And E4.
Okay. All right. Prince of Paladin.
Okay, I think I had pretty much the same answers as Bradley.
Okay.
A5, B3, C4, D2, E1. I recognized, Darling in the Franxx, Razafon, Code Geass. I think there's and then I just guessed on the last two.
All right, so we're gonna go through one at a time. I'm gonna tell you what these are, what they're from. Generally speaking, matching off vibes is probably the best way to go here. I noticed when I was putting this together there were certainly some aesthetic similarities between a lot of pilots and their mecha. So first we have 02 from Darling in the Franxx, pilot of the Strelizia. I have not actually seen Darling in the Franxx, but it's I know some things.
It's horny. It's very horny.
I know.
Quote unquote metaphor for sex.
Yeah.
What a one-word descriptor.
I know writers who use subtext. They're all cowards.
Yeah. And then we have Ayato Kamina from Razafon. So he is the pilot or controller or orchestrator of Razafon. And then here we have Hikaru Shido from Magic Knight Rayearth. This one tripped up several of you. This is the pilot of Fire God Rayearth. Classic magical girl mecha anime.
Should not have switched my answer. Should not have switched.
And then we have Kalin Kozuki from Code Geass. This is the pilot of the Gurren. This beast of a mech right here. Karen's beast. And then Sosuke Sagara from Full Metal Panic, pilot of an ARX-7 Arbalest. In here we have 1 point to Bees, 2 points to Maddie, 3 points to Ghosty, and 2 to Big Maddie Crits, and then Bradley Rose and Prince Paladin both had all 5 correct.
Whoa!
Congrats, that's awesome.
So that is a point for each of you.
I'm thrilled with my 2.
2 crew.
And I stand by my answers.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
All right.
Love it. Love it.
All right, so we are back to our regular questions after this. I'm going to go ahead and reset our buzzer. And we are good to go. All right, in Armored Core 6, the player characters are referred to by many nicknames during the course of the game. Walter calls them 621, Allmind calls them Pilot, Carla calls them Tourist, and Air calls them Raven. Maddie.
He's actually never called a tourist.
Carla does call the player character Tourist. Bradley.
Actually, that's the wrong Armored Core.
This does take place in Armored Core 6.
Cool, I had to take a shot.
I was trying to guess for a second if you were going a different route with this. Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, the player character is never called Raven.
Actually, the player character is called Raven. But Prince Paladin.
Actually, 621 isn't technically a nickname. It's the identity they steal from that dead pilot at the beginning of the game.
Okay, that's really pedantic. But
Yeah, you've never been called a dead guy's name as the nickname.
Walter
Well,
does.
I'm arguing that it's not a nickname. It's it is their name, quote unquote, or their identity. It's that they have assumed. I thought this was actually okay.
Hey.
I don't think that I can give that to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because Walter does call the player character 621. Anybody else? Pedantrian, actually, right? Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, Air calls him Raven.
Air does call him Raven.
Damn.
Maddie. Whoa.
Actually, Walter doesn't call him 621. I think everybody just calls him that.
Walter does call him 621. I think. I mean, you can buzz in again, Bradley. Prince Paladin.
Actually, All Mine doesn't call them anything because they're the same being because it's like an AI in your head or something.
Okay, you're close. Unless someone can hit a little bit more accurate than that, then I will give the point to you. Maddie.
Actually, you should just give me the point because I really want it.
Not quite. Ghosty.
Actually, he was gay.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there, Maddie.
It's canon.
Actually, the AI inside of his brain is actually the gay one.
That is
They're
unconfirmed.
definitely gay together.
Yeah.
For sure.
Codependent.
I'm
They're in
going to go ahead and
love.
give this one to Prince of Paladin. All Mind does never explicitly just call you pilot. Every time All Mind addresses you in the very computerized way that she does, she gives this whole thing, augmented human C4621 Raven, every time. So that is a point for Prince Paladin.
Awesome.
What country is all these characters from? Well, that's a good question. I mean, in Armored Core, we're very much post Earth, so it's an interesting thing to consider. For some of these, we could get there. All right. So although little detail is given in the cutscenes in Omega Boost, humanity is fighting for survival against Alpha Core, an evil sentient prototype of Omega Boost. Oh, I get you now. I'm picking it up now. Thank you, Kiyoshi, for humoring me. Maddie.
Actually, Alpha Core are aliens.
That is not correct. Bradley.
Actually, humanity is not trying to survive against Alpha Core.
Humanity is very, very much in dire straits against Alpha Core. They're fighting for survival.
Sorry, humanity, for misunderstanding you.
Maddie.
Actually, there's a lot of detail given in the cutscenes.
No, it is very, very sparse. Big Matty Crits.
Actually, the being is not evil.
Ooh.
Debatable.
Not really what I'm going for. But could be argued.
Okay.
Unless somebody can give us something more accurate than that, I will give it to you.
is Omega Boost. Wait, was it not a prototype of Omega Boost?
It is not a prototype of Omega Boost. Do you have any guesses as to what it was?
Canadian.
I'm actually 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 Mexican or Japanese.
No, not quite.
I'm
I'm
actually,
laughing over here.
it's from the space colonies.
Space, yeah.
I have no
Okay.
idea.
Okay. Okay, so we are. It is not a prototype of Omega Boost, which is what I was going for. So we're gonna give it to Bees. It's a sentient AI though.
Yay, please.
And it's just misunderstood, you guys. It's not evil.
No one is the villain of their own story, am I right?
Okay, but importantly, if it's not evil, is it hot?
I think villainy makes it hotter.
It's
I was
red.
gonna say I would assume it's both.
It's red and gold in color, which those are hot colors, right?
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot. Pretty hot.
Okay.
You should make that mech in the bottom right corner red and gold, so it'll be hotter.
I should. Okay. Good
Yeah,
to know.
Epoch's stream needs more sex appeal. That's what I'm hearing.
Epoch really more sex appeal.
All right. So many
That's
armors.
the maid outfit for the rest
Moving
of the game.
Made outfit.
Oh, that would we could do that again. Many armors and gun sword are piloted through a controlling weapon mechanism. Vaughn pilots Dawn of Thursday by using his sword as a control handle. Vasilina pilots Dahlia of Wednesday by pole dancing around her staff. And William pilots Metz of Tuesday by firing a pair of connected pistols. There are other... Prince Paladin?
Actually using a pole to pole dancing is not a weapon.
Well, the art of pole dancing in and of itself is not the weapon, but it is her weapon. It is a staff that she sets up as a pole. Bradley.
Actually, the connected pistols aren't fired.
Not really. You're close.
They're like Area 51 style. You just aim them at a
you're in the right area, but you're not quite there. Maddie.
Actually, he just points the pistols and cocks them to control it.
No. You're gonna have to hit a lot closer on this issue than Bradley Rhodes was to get this. Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, it was not William.
William does pilot Metz of Tuesday.
Oh,
Ghosty.
They're not connected pistols, they're magic pistols.
Not really. No. Prince Paladin.
Actually, everyone has a spinal implant that communicates their movements. It's just they each choose like a weapon to sort of like make it easier for them
Not
to
really.
operate.
No. Maddie.
Actually, we all should have watched these shows like you asked us to.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Bradley, and because he was the first one to stumble into the problem with the pistols. Because the truth is, there were no pistols. Metz of Tuesday is piloted by a rapier. He's got a sword that he plugs into it.
Oh, dude, and I can totally picture that now too.
Yeah, because I think we actually watched that episode as well. Because you saw Vaughn pilot his with his sword, and I think the last episode we watched had William fighting against Vaughn in Metz of Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we totally did.
All right. Let me make sure our buzzers are reset. We are good.
All
right.
Can I just say I really like that Prince of Paladin was like, I don't know anything, and they are winning.
Okay.
Absolutely dominating.
I'm good at guessing.
Bravern, as a sentient mecha, demonstrates many human-like characteristics and even hobbies. Of these hobbies include yoga, model kit building, and storytelling. Maddie.
Actually, it's a robot and cannot tell stories.
Actually, it can talk.
Not accurate. Ghosty.
I'm gonna say he doesn't do yoga.
Okay. You are correct. Big Maddie crits.
Ooh.
Bravern is not. Actually, Bravern is not sentient.
He is sentient. Ghosty made the correct statement. Maddie.
Actually, he does CrossFit.
No. Bradley.
Actually, it's meditation since yoga is a specific kind of.
Not quite. No. Maddie.
Actually, his hobbies do not include yoga.
There we go. Ghosty. Yeah, so
God dang, I mean
I have been redeemed.
So that is true. So while he does enjoy, he has a 3D printer that he uses to make model kits, and he loves telling stories to the soldiers. Bravern is never seen practicing yoga. Oh, it's a tough one.
It is so easy to just overlook saying, actually.
Hi, Ranger Kate.
I totally thought I did. I don't know why my brain clocked that I did what I did.
Hi, Ranger Kate.
Okay. All right, let's make sure our buzzers are cleared. And next up, the triangle is the strongest shape. Zhao attempted to depict their opinion of a true love triangle by having three main characters all be in a polycule together. They approached this by ensuring that all three characters, Zetian, Shiman, and Yizhu, expressed interest in each other, were consenting to each other's relationships, and romantic scenes between all three characters were given a roughly equal word count in the book. Maddie.
Actually, this is a correct statement. There's nothing wrong with it. This is awesome.
I was also going to say, actually, I'm just happy to see an actual love triangle instead of a V.
There is something wrong with this statement. Thank you, Kuyashi. I have it. Yeah, Kuyashi caught my spelling error. Ghosty.
Is it that there are only romantic scenes between all three of them at the same, like, I don't know that there are separate, or I can't remember there being separate. Aren't there only now just double checking that I said actually at the beginning of this. Actually, they have, I don't know what I'm trying to say. My brain's fried now. I'm so sorry.
I'll just work your way back through it, right? So
I think that there are only scenes with them three together, so they can't really technically have the same word count. Like, they of course have the same word count because they're the same scenes. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So you're basically there. So basically, the problem herein lies is that due to word count limits, there are fewer scenes that are just between Schumann and Ichu. We see, and most of the book is from Zetian's perspective. And while they kind of talk about Schumann and Ichu having their relationship, and there is that affirmation of consent and everything, there is far fewer word count dedicated to it that she had to cut, or they had to cut because of word count limits. So all right, that is a point for Ghosty. And then the cast of Titanfall 2 has some actors you may recognize from elsewhere. BT7274 is voiced by Matthew Mercer. It was a very prolific career, and Jolene Anderson voices Sarah Briggs, you may recognize from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Prince Paladin.
Actually, B2 is not voiced by Matthew Mercer. They're voiced by Mark Meer.
Okay, it's not Mark Meer, but unless somebody can tell me who it is who voiced BT, you've got the point. Maddie.
I had his name. Actually, he is voiced by Spike Spiegel, his voice actor. Steve Blum.
No, it's not Steve Blum. It's not Steve Blum.
I was totally good. Wasn't it? Say Steve Blum.
Big Maddie crits.
I don't know, but I need to know. Matt Mercer is in this game, though, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay.
Like, I remember his voice, but
yeah,
that's not it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call this one then. So Matthew Mercer voices Jack Cooper, the main character. But BT is voiced by Glenn Steinbaum.
Was never gonna get Glenn Steinbaum. I was trying to think of
Steinbaum does not
that other
have,
guy who does all the video games.
He does not have a lot to his career. He's a very, very few things scattered here and there. He's not nearly the prolific actor that Matthew Mercer is. All right, so that's our point for Prince Paladin. In an early draft of the film, Raleigh and Mako spoke separate languages in this concept. They began to communicate while drifting, and through this process learned each other's languages. However, in the final version of the film, both characters were changed to only speak English to one another to save screen time and avoid confusing audiences. Can Ranger can't give bonus points at the end for funsies. Ghosty.
I'm so sorry. I had an answer and then I think I maybe misheard the question. 1 second.
Okay. Bradley.
Actually, in that concept, they didn't actually learn each other's languages through that process. They just, through thought, it didn't require language. It superseded thought, or superseded language.
So you're correct. In that, but that is like how, because in that earlier concept, that was the plan, was that, you know, they didn't speak each other's languages, but once they drifted, they natively absorbed each other's thoughts through that process, and then after the drift could speak each other's languages. But that's not really what we're looking for here. Maddie.
Actually, they learned each other's language through, teaching each other.
That is not what happens. Big Maddie crits.
Actually, they changed it because Americans are illiterate and can't read subtitles.
That was a concern, but I guess kind of things, that's not actually what they ended up resulting in here. So, Ghosty.
Did they actually in the final version of the film, he does speak Japanese to her, doesn't he, at one point?
Yes, he does. Yeah. So in the final version of the film, she speaks Japanese thinking that he won't understand it, but it turns out he does know enough Japanese to respond to her. So in the final version of the film, they kind of skipped over that, and he knows Japanese enough to communicate with her. So that's a point for Ghosty.
Hell yeah.
You fucking do anything for rando to rando peeps. Okay. Initiate number 1. I still have this fucking cough while going to bed. What? I don't get that. That's awkward. 49.
My son said, I still have this fucking cough when he was going to bed.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, I get number 1.
Love
now.
that kid.
Oh, man. All right, so in the final version, both characters can speak Japanese.
Things you say at home.
Mike, I was surprised by Raleigh's knowledge of language. Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. All right, let me make sure my buzzers are clear before we move into our next question. We are cleared. Okay. All right, so Gundam series creator Yoshiyuki Tomino wanted to create a more realistic anime that depicted the harsh truths of war. The final product, however, fell short of his goals because of the insistence by the publishing studio Clover, who wanted to sell model kits. This is why Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, he did not want to portray a more realistic anime that depicted the harsh truths of war at all.
Well, that is 100% what his goals were. Prince of Paladin.
Actually, he did want to pursue the harsh truths of war, but he also wanted to have cool-looking, colorful Gundams in it because he appreciated the mech designs, and it just creates this sort of cognitive dissonance. It's unintentional. It wasn't like a studio decision.
No, that is not accurate. Bradley.
Actually, the publishing studio is not Clover.
The publishing studio was Clover, yes.
This really sucks because I'm trying to form it. Like I have a thought. I have a thought, and it's just not coming together.
Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, did I say actually last time?
I believe so.
Okay, actually, it's not Yoshiyuki Tomino.
Yoshiyuki Tomino is the original creator of Mobile Suit Gundam. Bradley.
Actually, the original designs were not monochrome.
They were monochrome. Yep. Maddie.
Actually, they originally did not mean to sell model kits. The model kits came after the success of this show.
So you are mostly correct with that statement. I'm going to go ahead and give you the point there. They did not want to sell model kits. They wanted to sell action figures to a younger audience. And so because they were aiming for action figures to this younger audience, they wanted more colorful designs. Actually, it's actually made the sci-fi original movie. No, so they did not want to have this, super gritty, realistic thing because they didn't think it would sell well. And the show actually underperformed at the beginning, and they made model kits, and then it was after they made action figures that didn't really sell well. But then it was later when somebody was like, hey, model kits maybe? And the model kits took off like crazy, which ended up saving the anime and allowing them to continue with the anime. Model kits didn't come first. They were a definite later afterthought.
Crazy that the gunpla industry exists as like an afterthought.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get my brain together eventually.
All right. Do I have
We're
our
so
buzzers
proud.
reset? Okay, we're buzzers reset. All right. Next up, our next shiny question. So this one is not going to require any sort of visual assortment on your end. So this is What a Sound. So listen to each sound clip and be the first to correctly identify if this is a mecha, a piloted robot, a giant robot with no pilot, or a kaiju, a giant organic monster. Okay, make sense? So we will be using our buzzers.
Wait, can you repeat the three? I'm so sorry.
So we have a mecha, which is a giant robot that is piloted by a pilot or controlled by a pilot of some kind. And then we have giant robots who have no pilot. There's nobody inside control. The robot is alive. There's no person driving it. And then, or a giant monster.
Can you leave it
Cool,
up
thank
for
you.
us to reference?
Can I what?
Can you leave it up for us to reference?
Maybe. Because I'm going to be changing pages because the sounds are on these next pages.
Here,
So
I got you. I wrote them down and I can
Alright,
post it in
took
the
a
chat.
We can say mech, robot, or kaiju is what we're looking for. Ghostie's taking care of us, yeah. Bradley's typing it in the chat as well. All right, awesome.
Can we request replays of the sounds?
Yes, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and start the next one. We'll make sure that it actually comes through to you guys. I'm not sure if it will or not. So do you hear this? Did you guys hear that?
I don't hear
Nope.
anything.
No.
Okay.
Can you do your best recreation?
Can you do it for us?
That's a very fun one. That is.
I'm gonna take Ranger Kate's answer. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal.
Oh
jackal.
God, this
It's a
is
jackal.
coming
It's a
back
jackal.
after
It's a jackal. Is it a
10
jackal?
years.
Jackal.
Shut up.
Let's
Had enough of that in junior high.
share.
Oh, I did. Were you in jazz band with me whenever I did that?
I don't know if it was. I mean, I was in jazz band for a time, but I definitely remember you doing that a lot.
Oh, it was amazing.
Okay.
Oh, it was amazing.
What about
Yeah, we played Pictionary.
what about now?
I still didn't hear anything.
You still didn't hear anything,
I just heard a.
I heard it.
entered the
and we heard a
stream
buzzer.
and then
Well,
heard a buzzer.
I only buzzed because I opened the stream in time. You should play it again for everyone.
Trying to figure out how to.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have the stream open. That's must have been why I missed it.
Well,
For mine, because it's coming through on mine just fine.
well, it's coming on the stream. I'm trying to get it through the Discord voice call.
That's what I'm saying. You want to
No,
put
I
those
can-
up to the
I heard it.
Discord
Oh, okay.
call?
I'm okay. Ranger,
Just
this
go
makes
quiet
sense.
For,
Yeah.
To avoid the feedback. And then, like, wait 3 seconds for the loop to go back.
It works. We just all have to open the stream.
Well, the problem with that, Big Matty Crits, is that you guys are all going to have different latencies on that.
Oh, that's fair.
From the Discord.
No, but here, just we're going to play it through like it's coming from my mic. Okay?
Okay.
So just everybody listen and it will work. But me. Okay. Here we go.
Clear buzzing? Or is this testing?
Oh, I didn't clear buzzers. Bees was the first one to buzz in.
I think Discord's probably blocking out some of it.
Am I good to guess?
Yeah.
It was a giant robot.
Okay, that is not a giant robot.
Cool.
Maddie.
It was a mecha.
It is not a mecha. Bradley.
It was a. Oh God.
Well, so here.
You got this. You got this, Bradley.
Process of elimination, Bradley. You can do this.
Bradley, you got this.
Did you hear
Bradley,
me?
lock in.
Hello?
I can hear you talking.
you. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. I actually forgot what the first one was, so I just said Mecha.
No. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Nope. Yeah,
Since I'm at the top of the buzz list, can I answer?
Absolutely not.
Aww.
by process of elimination.
Oh, it's a race to the bottom now. It's like who can click this button?
Yeah,
fastest?
everybody is like.
I'm
think
trying
We
to
don't have
figure
say I'm
out
actually
We can
training,
reset it.
right?
how to make this happen.
I think that you streaming it through Discord works as long as we all pull up the live stream that you have pulled up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, that's how it
why
worked
I
last
opened the
time.
First time.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. We just all have
I'm-
to get it open first, and then you play it.
Okay, so I'm gonna open my screen share again in Discord.
I'm confirming
Okay.
I'm in the Discord stream.
You
I am also in the
are.
Same.
You're all still in there.
I am also in the stream.
So we need
Okay,
6
I'm gonna try it
spectators.
again and see if we hear the sound.
Hold on. We only have 5
Well, I
spectators.
heard that. Yeah.
That was loud.
That was
Absolutely
yeah.
heard it.
Okay. All right. So-
Bees cannot hear it.
Oh, bees
There
can't
we
hear it.
go. Now bees can hear it.
Okay. All right. So this first one, obviously, we have eliminated it by process of elimination here, having only three options. So this first
You
one
can still answer.
was a kaiju, was a giant monster. This is Ghidorah from Godzilla.
Actually was
Okay.
a kaiju.
All right. So next one. Okay, Maddie.
That was a giant robot.
That is indeed a giant robot.
This is a wrong image. That is a Bayverse Transformer.
I did a wrong image. That's my bad.
Actually, that was the wrong robot image. Could you get the right one, please?
I'm passionate about
Alright, so
Transformers, okay? It's my special interest.
That's one for Maddie. Okay. Big Maddie crits.
Son of a...
Actually, is it a mecha?
That's a mecha. That's from.
Yes, of course it is. It sounds
Good show. Good show.
That's from Mobile Suit Gundam.
It sounded iconic.
I recognize that immediately. It's just slightly slower.
All right, next one.
You've got to be kidding me.
Big Maddie crits.
Actually,
I love
is it
this.
a robot?
That is indeed a robot.
It's a
You used
transformer.
the wrong image twice. You switched the images, Joel.
This is where Matthew catches
This
up.
is
This is where
amazing.
Matthew
This is
catches up.
amazing.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
If there's one thing Big Matty Crits knows, it's how to click a button real fast.
God damn right! My score
Alright.
is not correct for the record. I should be at like 4 points, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Wait, no, it's a
Well,
shiny one, so you only
yeah.
get the point at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the point at the end.
And you
Okay.
only get 1 point if you get the
All right.
most points.
Yeah.
A little bit different, a little bit rarer, worth the
Yeah.
same number of points.
Same number of points. All right, next sound. Okay, Maddie.
That is a kaiju.
That is indeed a kaiju. That's Ghidorah again. What a different sound he make.
Are you gonna have 3 Gidras because 3 heads?
What do you
Well,
mean,
he's
Big
done
Maddie
Just
crits?
hitting it.
Probably
He's done
Are you
classic
just- are you just that
Japanese Ghidorah
excited?
twice. Now he needs to do the MonsterVerse Ghidorah.
All right. And next sound. Maddie.
That was a mecha.
That is indeed a
Can I tell you what it's
mecha.
from to get a point?
I recognize that one.
That is the
No, I knew
mecha
it!
computer from Pacific Rim.
I genuinely. Does anyone believe me? I recognized it.
No, I believe you.
I believe
I
you.
fully believe you.
Thank you. I needed.
I only know
Trust me.
2 franchises in this whole game, and it's Pacific Rim and Iron Widow.
Nice.
All right, next up. Big Mighty Crits.
Actually, is it a mecha?
It is not a mecha.
Damn.
Maddie.
I believe that is a kaiju.
That is not a kaiju. Well, oh. Hang on.
So fast. Hey, what is this?
Hang
That's
on.
a robot.
That's a robot.
It's a robot. and a kaiju.
The robot
Bee
kaiju.
boo boo bop, boo boo bop.
This should have been correct either way.
I'm just trying to remember the specific. So this specific one, this just hit me now.
I think technically this one is just a robot built to resemble Godzilla.
But it's not piloted by remote.
Is it piloted by Godzilla?
No, it's not piloted by Godzilla.
The next
No, I heard
of
iteration,
Godzilla's son.
of this, like
Yeah.
the post-90s Godzilla
Yeah.
movies, it's piloted, but I don't think it has a
Kiryu, yeah, that was
pilot,
Kiryu.
right?
Kiryu's
No.
piloted.
Chat,
Okay.
get in the comments.
Everybody get in the
All right.
comments.
The
I watched
comments.
all Godzilla films and like just ranked
Ranger
them for
K, I
myself.
tried so hard to find some sound
crap.
clips from the Iron Giant, but I could not find
say
anything aside from just
Superman.
all I could find were clips of Hogarth talking. The sound clip is just me crying, right? Yeah.
So true, Ranger
Oh,
King.
man.
So true.
So true.
So, love that. We love the Iron Giant. Okay. So that is Big Matty Crits with 2 correct identifications and Maddie with 3. I mean, Maddie gets the point.
Oh, I did it?
Yes.
That was Godzilla.
That's awesome.
Yeah, okay, wait. Let me protest. The sound that they used in Mecha Godzilla was probably a recording of real Godzilla. Fact or fiction?
So technically it's a
Fiction.
kaiju.
That's the sound
Technically,
he makes.
That's what I'm saying. Technically, we heard a kaiju sound played from a mecha.
I don't think they
From a
sound
robot.
the same.
They don't. It would have
I
to be
mean,
heavily
Godzilla has a
distorted.
very unique roar.
Yeah, it
so
doesn't
you could
sound like
throw in a
Godzilla, but it
Queen's
sounds like
giant robot
Godzilla.
from there when it freaked out.
Just trying to lawyer this one to see what
Like,
I
it sounds like Godzilla through a busted speaker.
get. Through the JBL.
Just the JBL as it goes by it.
Okay, all right. So we got our points. Maddie got her point that round. Okay. Next
Coming
question.
for you, Prince of Paladin. Coming for you.
In the most heartbreaking
This
ending
is
of
the
the
last
game,
question, right?
called The Fires of Rubicon, Raven kills both Rusty and Air and ignites all of the coral on Rubicon, scarring it and killing nearly all life on the planet. Bradley.
Raven does not kill both Rusty and Air.
Raven does kill both Rusty and Air, and it's very sad. Maddie.
She does not ignite all the coral.
No, that is the ending. There is that you ignite all the coral. Prince Paladin. Prince Paladin. Beep boop.
Oh, sorry, I
Hello?
was pressing the wrong button again.
Oh, okay.
I'm used to push to talk. Actually, the most heartbreaking ending is when the pilot sides with the corporations and capitalism, and does something in regards to that, not killing everyone.
You can't really side with the corpse, really.
Dang it.
I mean, a little bit, but not. It's certainly not nearly as sad as this ending.
I am properly chastised. You can move on.
Big Matty Crits.
Actually, it was not the end of the game.
It is the end of the game. Bees.
I could have sworn this game was like Undertale and there's different endings, right?
There are different endings, yes. So the fires. So I'm specifically talking about one of the endings, which is widely regarded as the most heartbreaking. Did you have a correction you wanted to make?
Nope, no idea.
Oh, okay, all right. Maddie.
Actually, it is not called The Fires of Rubicon.
Oh, it is not called The Fires of Rubicon. The Fires of Rubicon is the title of the subtitle of the game, Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon. So that'll be a point for Maddie. It is called The Fires of Raven. Because you, Raven, are the one who causes that damage.
Fight to the death.
Oh,
Prince of Paladin, I will see you at your house for a paint off.
Oh no! No, my shaky hands. I've never finished a model.
all right. Buzzers cleared, and next question. To defeat Alpha Core in the final cutscene, Omega Boost's pilot, Lester Hemming, destroys the Alpha Core infected ENIAC computer in 1946. Prince of Paladin.
Actually, he destroys it in I'm trying to remember my, 1927 or something like that, and causes the rise of fascism in Germany.
That is a fascinating guess, but no, it is 1946. Bradley.
Actually, the ENIAC computer was not infected with Alpha Core.
Alpha Core did infect the ENIAC computer. Big Matty Crits.
Actually, it's pronounced Caniac, and I had one today.
Ghosting.
Actually, Lester Hemming is not the pilot of Omega Boost.
Lester Hemming is the pilot of Omega Boost.
Wah wah.
Maddie.
Actually, this is not the final cutscene.
It is the final cutscene of the game. I think Bradley.
Actually, Omega Boost pilot is not named Lester Hemming.
His name is Lester Hemming. I think we're gonna call it. Maddie, what do you?
Actually, the pilot's name is not named Lester Hemming.
Yeah, the name is his name is indeed Lester Hemming. So he doesn't blow up or destroy the ENIAC computer. He just swaps out one vacuum tube on the computer because it's just that one part that the AI has infected.
Sometimes that's all you need.
That is a weak AI.
That's not how
That's a very
So,
weak
like,
AI.
In the very opening cutscene, Lester Hemming
was
is
it a
walking.
threat?
In the opening cutscene, he's walking to the mech, and he's like tossing his keys to the mech in one hand, and in his other hand, he's just got like a vacuum tube that he's just rolling between his fingers. And because like that's his plan, is to go back in time to 1946, find the ENIAC computer, and pull out the infected bulb and put the new one in.
I have a very important question. Does the power of love play whenever he does this?
I don't believe so.
That's
I'm going to be honest. I have actually not beaten this game because it is insanely hard, and you can't save.
Thank you, Prince of Paladin.
You're welcome.
All right, let's clear buzzers and okay, and then we're moving on to our next question. Throughout the series Gun and Sword, Vaughn has numerous nicknames. These include Van of the Dawn, Pretty Boy Van from the Garbage Dump, Van that weird guy who helped out, Van of 1,000 Naps, Van the underperforming gangster, and Van the Devil in the Poisoned Tuxedo. Maddie.
One of his nicknames is not. Actually, one of his nicknames is not Van the underperforming gangster.
That is correct. One of his nicknames is not Van the underperforming gangster. Well,
None of these are nicknames. They're so long.
Hey, you wanted to be the nickname of a dead guy earlier.
Sometimes you don't need
Hi, I'm Joe. You can call me the dude who plays actually on Epic's live stream sometimes by the username Prince of Paladin.
Hey,
Yes, you have to say the whole thing.
Hey, Epoch.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do this again sometime? This is really fun.
I would love to. That was kind of one of my stipulations going. It was like, how much, do we enjoy this? Is this fun? Would this be something to do again? And I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This is Bradley Rose. I'm really sorry, taking much longer than 30 minutes to an hour as Ranger K, I would love your help writing questions because writing questions was hard.
It could have ended like 3 questions ago and I would have been happy, but here we are.
I am perfectly happy with the results of the moment.
Okay. All right. Next question. Bravern takes the names of his attacks very seriously. Brave Slash, Brave Zubash, Brave Vanish, and Brave Charge. Maddie.
Actually, Brave Zubash is not one of his attacks.
Brave Zubash is indeed one of his attacks.
That is ridiculous and it should not be a thing.
Big Maddie crits.
Actually, that was my answer, but I'm gonna change it real quick. Brave Slash is not an attack.
Brave Slash is indeed one of his attacks.
Damn, Zubash is a Pokemon, right?
Zubat is a Pokemon.
That's Zubat, yeah.
It sounds like a Pokemon. That's why I typed in.
I thought about making that joke. That it was the Zubash
Bees,
is actually
I think that's
a Pokemon, actually.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Bees. All right, Prince Paladin.
Actually, Brave Vanish is not one of his moves. Bravern would never run from a fight.
Okay, Brave Vanish is indeed. Wait. No, it's not.
Oh.
Actually, we saw the answer.
Actually,
yeah, I forgot Brave Vanish is a thing he does. And I already showed the answer, so my bad. Oops.
I think we should all get a
do.
point for friendship.
Yeah, we should
Everybody
all
gets a
get a
point?
friendship point.
Everybody
Except
gets
for
a point.
Maddie, because Maddie's been acting real sus.
Oh,
No,
well,
friendly.
maybe.
Which Maddie?
Oh, right. You.
We'll give everybody a friendship point since I goofed that one up.
Yay.
The power is friendship all along.
The power is yours.
Friendship is
So
magic.
yeah, so I love. There's this whole scene in the anime where he's running in to do Brave Slash, and like he stops mid attack because his pilot is saying Brave Slash, but he decides he want to say Zubash instead, and so it's goofy. We love Bravern. All right, so our next question. So Zhao's success as an author can be credited largely to their social media following. They gained online popularity first by creating YouTube videos criticizing cultural inaccuracies in the live-action Mulan. Big Matty Crits.
No, you finish the question. I just read ahead. That's all.
Criticizing cultural inaccuracies in the live-action Mulan movie, then started an online petition to make the Yu-Gi-Oh card game an official Olympic sport. Later, she uploaded a scene-by-scene breakdown of Darling in the Franxx' final episode and uncovered a Goodreads review scandal involving another author organizing a review bombing of books by POC authors.
I'm sorry,
Big Matty Crits.
I hate to interrupt you reading the question, but I did feel like I had the answer. Is it the Olympics? Actually,
Mhm.
they did not start an online petition to make the Yu-Gi-Oh card game an official Olympic sport.
No, they did do that. It didn't obviously take off, but they did try.
Oh my god.
This is a very well-rounded person.
She's my hero.
Maddie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice. She did not uncover a Goodreads review scandal?
They definitely did. 100% did start uncovering a giant review bombing scandal. Ghosty.
I'm gonna say actually their success as an author is not credited largely to their social media presence, and it was the success of their book and them as an author.
So they actually have talked about how, you know, that's one of the things that enabled them to get their book published was the fact that whenever she submitted her draft to the publisher, whenever they looked her up, like, oh, well, you have 2 million followers on YouTube. You have, you know, a couple million followers on TikTok and Instagram. It's like, clearly you've got clout and people are following you. So they went ahead with the book publishing deal.
I was 1 second away from asking or saying that exact same answer. So don't feel sorry.
Great minds think alike.
Bradley, you were in.
Actually, a scene-by-scene breakdown of Darling in the Franxx final episode was not uploaded.
They did not break down anything in Darling of the Franxx. That is true.
That was my answer.
Dang, that really tripped me up because I only just found out about that from this game. I didn't even know about that, so I would have maybe said that if I didn't know, but I was like, yeah, that happened for sure.
My subject would be wine vineyards and bee farms. Oh, that's fantastic, bees.
My logic was like, yeah, they didn't like Darling of the Frogs, but did they actually post a whole breakdown of the final episode? Really?
Yeah. They had some problems, but they didn't. They talked about it on Twitter, but that's the extent of it. Might be Transformers and Godzilla, fantastic. All right, let me check our buzzers are reset.
Hey Joel.
Yes.
Can we trigger Joe again by playing the Transformer noises with the wrong picture?
This is why you don't get a friendship point.
When Epoch read this one, I thought he was saying bee farms. It made me check the chat.
Bee farms, bee farms, bee farms.
Bee farms.
Beef. Let me see.
Beef.
Beefy arm.
Make a channel just for posting bicep pics.
Yeah, just call it bee farms.
Bro, I'm there.
Okay. All right. Next
Like
question.
every video. There all the time.
The multiplayer of Titanfall and Titanfall 2 make heavy use of mobility. While outside their Titans, players can use jump jets, grappling hooks, and perform wall runs. Grappling hooks are a major mainstay in player versus player multiplayer, as they allow pilots to zig onto the surface of another Titan, remove the pilot. Prince Paladin.
Actually, grappling hooks were only added to multiplayer in the second game. Not a mainstay of the series.
They are in both games.
Dang it.
Ghosty.
Actually, they can't perform wall runs.
They can perform wall runs.
This is so frustrating.
Prince Paladin.
Actually, they can't remove the pilot and take over the Titan. That's from like Lone Wolf, the Mech Warrior game.
Okay, yeah, they can't. You cannot take over the Titan. You can get onto it and you can start tearing it apart. And you can directly damage the Titan by exposing critical systems and just unloading your gun into it. But you cannot take over their Titan.
That is a 10 out of 10. Actually, question. That's fantastic.
That really was
it's
good.
So subtle. Because I'm sitting there reading the whole thing like, oh my god, this is all right. This is all correct. But I remember.
It feels like.
I just remember my little Titanfall pilot guy standing on top of a mech, and I'm like, well, he certainly did that, right? And I'm picturing there's a video game where you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Not this one.
It certainly feels like it.
I mean, in Mass Effect 2, you can shoot the dude out of the cockpit of the thing and get into it, and that's where my brain was going.
Joel, you're a scallywag.
And Lone Wolf, you also have like a little grapple launcher, don't you?
I don't remember, dude.
I can't remember either. I haven't played that game since junior high.
These are the questions written by a scoundrel.
Wait, did I get point? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did, because now I'm tied.
Okay, now we're tied again.
All right. Pacific Rim hosts a variety of kaiju and Jaeger designs showcasing different cultures, technologies, such as Cherno Alpha's older-style Russian nuclear reactor and Crimson Typhoon's triplet pilots. This is largely due to a laser-focused design process. Prince Paladin.
Oh, I think I misunderstood this question, but I'm going to go ahead and forge ahead anyway. Actually, they're designed by different nations and teams across the globe. It's not all people working together. That's why they have these different designs. But I'm saying that as like an in-universe thing, and I think your question is actually talking about like the movie. So
you're spot on there. Yes, I'm looking for the second half of this question. This is largely due to layers-focused design process from a small group of artists and concept designers who only revealed their final designs to the 3D modeling team at the end of the process. Maddie.
Actually, they worked with the 3D modeling team throughout the whole process.
No. Big Matty Crits.
Actually, it was very intentional. They were trying to pay homage to the different nationalities of the different Jaeger mech guys.
Yes, but that's not really what I'm looking for here. That's not really stated as an incorrect part here. Ghosty.
Is Cherno Alpha's mech not an older style but a newer style?
No, Cherno Alpha is old. He's the old, big, giant Russian one that lumbers around real slow and is super heavy. Prince Paladin.
Actually, the kaiju design team worked together throughout the whole thing, since those are supposed to be similar creations. But the Jaeger design teams did work separately, creating their own uniquely designed mechs.
Interesting, but no. Maddie.
Actually, it was multiple small groups of artists doing the concept art.
Okay. That's really close. I think I'm going to give it to you. We've been kind of beating around a little bit here. So how this actually worked was, instead they had over 100 Jaeger and Kaiju designs that they had developed, and the entire production team would meet every week and would do like we do on our Mecha Week competition, where they would kind of think and vote on, duke it out on which designs they thought were best. So this actually resulted in tons of unused concepts for Jaegers and Kaiju.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another banger question. He's a scoundrel.
Banger after banger after banger.
All right.
These are really good. These are really good.
I'm
It's upsetting how good they are.
Are you
All
sure you
right.
don't actually like write for the show?
I feel bamboozled.
I'm honored. Sunrise's series, Space Battleship Yamato, was released 5 years before Gundam was commercially successful, while only using before Gundam, was commercially successful while only using a limited color palette. Artists were given access to 79 colors. In contrast, 5 years later, Gundam was given access to over 300 colors, including over 80 shades of gray. Unfortunately, this did not help Gundam become commercially successful upon initial release. Bradley, I will, before we continue, I want to clarify this part right here at the beginning. Sunrise's series Space Battleship Yamato, which released 5 years before Gundam, was already commercially successful while using a limited color palette. I just want to make sure I clarified that bit right there because I didn't word that super well there. Bradley.
Actually, it's called 50 Shades of Grey.
not quite. Maddie.
Actually, they were given access to more than 79 colors, maybe like 150 or something.
So you're saying that Space Battleship Yamato was given access to about 150 colors instead of 79.
Yeah, basically, I'm saying that the amount of colors they were given access to, while limited, was more than 79.
Okay, so that is actually what is incorrect here. So the numbers are basically switched. Super Battleship Yamato was given 300 colors and 80 different shades of gray, while Gundam was only given 79 colors to work with.
Is that where 0079 comes from? Universal Century?
No, I believe that's interesting.
That would be really cool if it was.
That's interesting. I don't know. I had always thought it was tied to the year it came out.
I thought you lied about the number because it's like 79. That's the year that has to be a reference.
I actually don't know about that. That's interesting to consider. It's entirely possible they called it that as a reference to this, throwing some shade at Sunrise for not letting them use more colors.
Does that mean I'm in double digits, or have you already given me
No, that does mean you are at 10 points.
Heck yeah. I promise I'm not really always this competitive, I promise.
I think we're all right.
You're allowed to be competitive. Yeah, this is a competition, silly.
Yeah.
That sounds like something someone competitive.
We're all having a good time.
True.
All right, so as always, our final question will be about real life skills.
I was wondering if you were gonna do this.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
How to build a mech in real life.
Okay, so proper treatment for a minor burn is to immediately wash the burn with antibacterial soap. Bees.
Worked in a lot of kitchens. As soon as you get a burn, you should never do immediate ice. It should be warm water, then slowly going into cold water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
She didn't say actually.
Please repeat all of that.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, but I'm still
actually what Bees said. I'm actually what Bees said.
Oh, way to go, Bees.
Nice one.
We'll give way to go, Bees.
Yeah. We got it. All right. So next you should use about so you're more specific than I was. So you because if you that drastic shift to cold can just become even more damaging to your skin tissue. All right, guys. Well,
Woo!
that is the end of our show. That is the end of our game. Our scores at the end. We have Big Matty Crits at 2, Bees at 4, Ghosty at 4, Bradley Rose at 5, Prince Paladin at 8, and Maddie Matters at 10. Good job. Well played, everyone, all around. So this was a tiebreaker. In our Mecha Week bracket competition, Bradley and Maddie both tied for first place.
Is it bad I kind of forgot that throughout this whole process?
No. I think that's maybe a sign that we had a good time. So our prize here was a... Goodness gracious, where did I put it? Oh, I know where I put it. I don't have it handy at the moment. Now, I had spoken to Maddie beforehand. Maddie, did you still want to kind of sit where you had said before?
Oh, yeah. I'm absolutely okay with that.
Cool. So, Bradley Rose, you will be getting our first place prize. You were the most correct on the bracket anyway, tied with Maddie. And so I'll be sending out the first prize package to you. It will include a body pillow cover designed by Timmy, who is in chat very, very often, but is unfortunately in, well, maybe not unfortunately, it just is in a different time zone, is unable to be compatible with our scheduling here. But Timmy designed this body pillow cover with some mechs from Armored Core 6. So I'll be sending that to you, as well as a puzzle designed by me with some art. What?
It's not that one.
I have it's a case. So this is the same thing. Yes. But
Wait, what? Maddie, why are you giving up the first place?
Oh, because I mean, I love that I came in first place. That's enough for me. I don't need any of this stuff, and if it goes to somebody who will actually like it and like use it and cherish it, I would rather it go there than to me, who will think it's really cool, but it might get in a drawer or not used or cared for as much as it should.
Okay. Well, I think it's now imbued with even more magic power, because
so much love.
now it's even more of a gift. Yeah.
The
All
power
right,
of
sweet.
friendship.
Yeah. And then in addition to so Bradley, I'll be sending you that pillow
Prince of
cover.
Helen, do I get that friendship point now?
I have a puzzle that I designed. It's got a one pixel art mech on it, and I'll be sending that to you, as well as a bracelet with our Mecha Week theme on it from this year, made by Ghosty.
Very friendship.
Oh my gosh!
And
I have
then-
to do an unboxing video then.
And then, so for second place would then go to Prince of Paladin, and
Woo!
so I'll be sending you a bracelet and a puzzle as well. And then for third place is a tie between Ghosty and Bees, which is just a bracelet.
Oh, well, please
So
give it to
I
Bees, because
assume
I
you're-
obviously don't need
I
it
ass-
back.
I was like, I'm gonna assume that that Ghosty probably just wants me to send this bracelet to Bees.
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bees.
Bye, Bees.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So that's all that. I'll be contacting you guys to kind of get shipping information if necessary. So thank y'all so much. This was an absolute blast. We will be doing this again at some point. So we'll work out how we're gonna make it happen. But this was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, thanks, Epoch, for all this hard work that you did. This was awesome.
Yeah, this was really awesome.
You clearly put a lot of work into this, and it really, really showed. It was awesome.
well, thank you. Love you guys to pieces, and we'll see y'all later.
They've
Love
all
you, friends.
Be kind to yourself.
Love everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.